So luckily, back at the time, Electronics Boutique, now known as GameStop, were selling Sega Saturn imports to help move the inventory of the Sega Saturn. Because then, if the Sega Saturn wasn't doing very well, and they just happened to have All Japan versus Virtual, which is the series that was developed by Sega. Later went on to as the Giant Graham series for the Dreamcast, which, if you have not played those games yet, I highly recommend you do it. Those are all great games. But anyway, they also had Fire Pro 6-Man Scramble. So I bought 2 games that day. I bought Fire Pro 6-Man Scramble for the Sega Saturn, Japanese import, and I bought All Japan Pro Wrestling featuring Virtual, which featured Virtual Fighters, Wolf and Jackie, I think it is. But anyway, so I bought those games. I played Virtual Fighter. I liked it. And I thought it was pretty cool. The graphics were cool. The moves were cool. And then I got into Fire Pro Wrestling, and I got my face stomped in. I didn't get the timing base. It was all in Japanese, so I didn't know what the heck was going on. Again, this was before the internet, before they actually had translation facts. I mean, it was basically, I was lost. So what I did was I returned the game. Probably within the day or so, I returned it. And this was what, 96, 97. Okay. So I went back to All Games Wrestling, and I tried it, and I didn't really like it. I returned it, and they were saying, "Dude, what are you doing?" And then they explained to me why it was the greatest wrestling game of all time, and I said, "Okay, I'll try it one more time." So I bought it again. I bought the same copy I did. So I mean, I may have lost what, $20, $30 in the process, but anyway. And the more I got into it, and then I started finding people at that time who were making websites where they had the translation fact and who all the guys were. And then I started reading up on Japanese pro wrestling. And that's when it got me into, watching videotapes of Misawa and Kobashi and Kawada and Akiyama. And for like a good year and a half, 2 years, I played 6-Man Scramble pretty much every day. Me and my roommate at the time, we made basically the entire WWF roster at the time. We renamed everybody to their English pronunciation, the English names, and it was a great experience, a great time. And then when Fire Pro Wrestling D came out for the Sega Dreamcast, that was a day one purchase for me, and I mean, just for that game, just tell you what I bought. I bought 4 controllers. I bought 8 virtual memory cards, because at that time, Fire Pro Wrestling D was the very first wrestling game ever to have downloadable moves that you could actually download into the game, in which they had like the Last Ride and the Sweet Chin Music and the Worm for Scotty Duhati. And I played them, I downloaded the moves, I downloaded edit packs. I even had a special memory card from Japan, like Hong Kong, I'm sorry, and it was plugged into your computer, and you can download the packs directly to the card, and I played that game non-stop. And again, this was at the time when No Mercy was out, and Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, which again is another great game, don't get me wrong, but Fire Pro Wrestling D was where it was at. And then finally, the final Fire Pro Wrestling Returns came out, and I said, I'm still to this day still playing it, and that's one of the reasons why I have kept my original launch model PlayStation 3, is simply because I can play that game on my PlayStation on my big screen TV, and it looks great. And I can even download edit packs now with the PlayStation 3 for Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. So that is why Fire Pro Wrestling Fire Pro Wrestling Returns is my pick for the greatest wrestling game series, wrestling game, period, and all the wrestling games. Out of 367 wrestling games that have been released to the market in the United States and Japan and everywhere else, number 1 atop the list, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. And again, I would recommend you checking out the footage in the database, checking out the screenshots, and finding out about the series and finding out. And if you have not tried these games yet, and you are a fan of wrestling games, I would highly recommend you check out Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. Because like I said, it's the greatest wrestling game ever made, and it's a crime. To me personally, it's a crime that you can go. I found this a year ago. I went to an EB Toys or KB Toys, and they had Fire Pro Wrestling Returns for like $1.99, and it's a crime. So if you have not already played the game, get it. It's for the PlayStation 2. They have American version. It's in American English. You can play it and you can understand it and you can enjoy it. And please do. All right, that's it for me, Mike Regan. Thank you for watching another edition of the Regan Rant. Be sure to check out the Gaming Rain podcast, the Gamecast rather. This Saturday, I will be the host, and we'll be talking about my top 5 worst wrestling games of all time. And I think I upset Matt Black, who, by the way, does a great job on the WrestleCast. My last Regan Rant, I didn't mention him, so I definitely want to give him a shout out and let him know that I do appreciate him. And also check out his column; it's a good column. All right, everybody, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Be sure to, again, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please feel free to email me. My email address is mike@gamingring.com, and I do welcome them. I do read them. And next Regan Rant, which I'll probably do in a day or so, I will be responding to some of the emails I got for my last Regan Rant for the top 5 worst wrestling games of all time. So be sure to watch that and listen to that. And that's it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.